Chapter 1. Feet, said Dr. Suzanne Rodriguez over the phone, are the most abused parts of the body. I held my cell phone, wiggled my toes, and wrote that down. People don't understand how much better their lives could be if they took care of their feet. I wrote, better living through foot care. I was doing this interview in my parked car. Dr. Rodriguez was the fourth foot doctor I'd interviewed this week. It was all part of the new push at Gladstone Shoes, where I worked, to eclipse every other shoe company in the galaxy. Think, Jenna, my boss, Mrs. Gladstone, had said, how splendid it would be if Gladstone's hired a podiatrist to train the sales force. Call all the local foot doctors, she had directed. See which ones you like. We'll comprise a list and pick the best. Mrs. Gladstone was a big idea person, which meant she didn't always think about reality. Chicago has scores of podiatrists. I'm a teenager, I'd mentioned. I don't know how to do this. You'll learn, she had said. Everyone likes to talk about what they do. Ask them how they feel about their job. Ask them where they think podiatric medicine is going. Ask them to tell you their hopes and dreams. Dr. Rodriguez was going on and on about how, when she was a young girl, she hated her large feet, and they were a source of embarrassment to her, and that was when she knew that she wanted to help others with foot shame lead lives of freedom and comfort. When you ask foot doctors about their hopes and dreams, prepare to plunge deep. Other cars were pulling into the parking lot. My meeting was about to start. I thanked Dr. Rodriguez, jumped out, and lovingly locked the door. My new car was glistening red and cool in the early morning light. People talk about light dancing off a lake in summer or sunshine pouring through a kitchen window, but there's a true beauty to light beaming off the hood of a recently washed red car that is absolutely yours. I rushed across the parking lot, past the little peace garden with the stone bench that I was going to sit on if I ever had time to relax. I headed through the back door and climbed the long staircase. Hi, I'm Jenna, I said to the group seated around the oval table. My dad's an alcoholic. Hi, Jenna, 20 voices said back. I sat up straight and tried to look brave. This was the second meeting of Al-Anon I'd attended since I got back from Texas this summer. Al-Anon is a recovery group for people who have alcoholics in their lives. At the meeting last week, I didn't say anything. Now I was getting ready to spill my guts. I gripped the table in the St. Francis room of the Holy Name Catholic Church where these meetings took place. It was old and scratched. Initials were carved into the wood. I looked at the painting of St. Francis on the wall. He was standing in a forest in a white robe, arms out, surrounded by adoring woodland animals. He looked like a Disney character in a happy glade. I thought there should be another picture in this room, given what we were all dealing with. St. Francis could at least look like he had a headache. Something happened with my dad, I said. The fan blew a strong breeze across the room. This group knew all about things happening with fathers. Suddenly, I felt like crying. I kept thinking about how Dad was driving drunk, how I was in the car and had to stop him. The thing is, I had to turn my dad into the police. I know if I hadn't done it, he would have kept hurting himself or someone or me. I know that. I'm just trying to live with it because it's on his record forever now, and I think he hates me. I didn't want to cry, so I focused on the two squirrels at St. Francis's feet, looking mellow. Why shouldn't they be mellow? There are no alcohol issues in the forest. Of course, there are predators, fires. I guess it's always something. I said, I want to stay strong because I've got a good job and a lot of people are counting on me, so I'm trying to remember all the stuff I know about the disease and how it's not about me, but I keep having these nightmares of him in jail and how it's my fault. I couldn't seem to deal with all this myself, so I took a huge breath.